Hello and welcome back to Lone Wolf. Let's loot this. Okay, potion, good. Leather pouch, good. Superior knife, scabbard. Yep, all of that. You retreat from the bodies of your slain enemies and hurry towards the rear of the wagon. Anxious to release Jen from the prison cage, you approach its lock. It is crude, but sturdy. I will pick the lock because I am quite proficient at picking locks. I also appear to have the hiccups. Ooh, I like the fact you can actually see the prisoner in the background. That's a really nice touch. Oh, so close. Dang it. Got over aggressive there. Got it. Yes, it's not exactly a complex lockpick mechanic, but there's kind of a limit to how complex you can make a lockpick mechanic. The cage is now open, but as you are about to take Jen out of it, you hear a feminine voice breaking the silence of the night. It's Leandra. The girl is rushing towards you, raising plumes of snow as she moves. "What are you doing here?" you say incredulously. "What does it look like I'm doing? I'm taking care of my father," she replies tersely. I thought we'd agreed that was my mission," you reply, disconcerted by a sudden and unexpected appearance. "I'm just making sure you'd uphold your vow," she answers sternly. Her seeming lack of faith in your ability to keep your promise both irritates and annoys you, but you do not let your emotions get the better of you. Leandra has followed you all the way from the secret exit of the mines. It was a rash and irresponsible thing for her to do, but it was understandable. Clearly she is devoted to her father and will do anything she feels is necessary to ensure his safety. From a pocket of her tunic, she produces a potion of Lumspar. Gently, she tilts back her father's head and pours the liquid slowly between his bloodied lips. "Here," she says. "Make yourself useful. Come and support his head. He'll revive in a few minutes. His black book is missing. I must look for it." You obey her request and comfort Jen as best you can while she makes a thorough search of the wagon, the tents, and the corpses of the dead Dracraim. While she is doing this, slowly, Jen stirs to consciousness. Leandra returns at the moment his eyes flicker open. "Rest easy, father," she says in a soft, soothing voice you have not heard her use before. "Your captors have paid with their lives for what they've done to you." The lame spur is working, and Jen's strength is returning fast. In just a few minutes, he's able to sit up unaided. Leandra breathes a sigh of relief, and the two hug each other tightly. Well, I'm happy to say we did good on that one, guys. When they end their fond embrace... deep down in the forest, interesting sounding achievement. When they end their fond embrace, Jen pats the empty pocket of his leather coat, and his eyes widen with anxiety. "Fear not, father," says Leandra knowingly. "Your designs are safe. Here is your black book. I found it on the body of that geek over there," she says, pointing to the corpse of the wagon team leader lying nearby in the snow. "It'll not be showing it to anyone now." Jen forces a smile as he takes the book from his daughter's hand and slips it back into his pocket. "Oh, praise Kai, this is a blessed relief, you say." Sorry. "Praise Kai, this is a blessed relief, you say." "You may decide to forego your praise a while longer," says Leandra ominously. "The book's been retrieved, but there is something else you should know." And that was the end of that chapter, was it? Another one where I've used a bunch of dexterity, a bunch of intelligence and some dexterity. So if that hits all the enemies, and that hits a single enemy, I wonder what that's going to do. Instant kill on one enemy, maybe? I'm guessing. So, could be. Really ought to do something about my health situation, shouldn't I? But Forest Hunt, Chapter 2. Leandra speaks in a subdued voice. "The geeks have something of mine that must not fall into the hands of the Dark Lords. I invented and built an engine myself." Leandra glances at her father hesitantly before she continues. "It's much smaller, safer and more powerful than any of my father's machines. While working in the western part of the forest, the miners found themselves in an old shanty chamber. I found a crystal there. My engine harnesses its energy in a way that I would not have believed possible." Jen's eyes widen and he struggles to draw breath. "Leandra,"
relics of the shanty are cursed, he gasps. No good will come from using them. You promised me you wouldn't. I'm sorry, Father. I love you dearly, but I'll not be held back by old superstitions. My prototype engine will change all of our lives for the better. I'm an inventor too, a good one. You never give me any credit for my work. And now the geeks have it. I'll credit you that, scoffs Jen. And when their Dark Lord Masters receive it, how will it change our lives for the better then? Jen struggles to contain his anger. I know very well the thrill of discovery, but this is just selfish pride. In Isha's name, how did you lose it? I hoped I would find the prototype here amongst the loot, but my hopes were misplaced. I had the device in my possession in Rockstar, but I dropped it when I was running from the geeks. I saw them retrieving it and handing it over to the Dracarim. It was before our mighty Fail swept in to save the day. My lord, it is you, he says and salutes you respectfully. His deference to your rank is very different to the recognition you receive from his daughter at your first meeting. It is clear, however, that Jen is determined to get the whole picture about the attack. With a frown, he says, My lord, the enemy must have known about my daughter's work, yet it seems they didn't know about her, or they wouldn't have come looking for me. Leandra now fully realizes the consequences of her actions, and tears begin to well in her eyes. She stands in awkward silence, staring at the snowy ground. Jen continues, Now that Leandra's engine is in enemy hands, may Kai and Isha have mercy on us all. They will take it to Fatag. Of that I'm sure. That accursed tower is perched on the cliff's edge of the far north side of the sunken forest. Leandra finds her voice and gives you a few quiet words of advice. To reach Fatag, you'll need to cross a great chasm. It divides the sunken forest near its centre. There are 2 ways I know to cross the chasm, but we can discuss this later. Now, I need to take my father somewhere that is safe. We must go back to the mines. Your keen ears hear the distinctive sound of Dracarim approaching the encampment. You tell Leandra to assist her father and make good an escape while they still can. Leandra helps her father to his feet and supports his weight. Go, as quickly as you can, you say, and may Isha's light guide your way. Moments after they disappear among the trees, a war party of Dracarim enters the encampment area. They see the bodies of their slain comrades and come rushing forward with weapons drawn. They are hungry for revenge. Okay, don't have that. Okay, so I am at least fully healed. I want to go into the inventory and equip a couple of bits and bobs though. That is a really good potion. Ooh, and I've actually got 4 slots on this belt now. Ah, did that come when I upgraded my armor? Yes, okay. Okay, let's put that lamp spur oil there, I think. Because that is a really, really good potion. Oh yeah, I can sell that second crossbow, can't I? Forgot about that, idiot. Because that's a pretty good sword. I could do with upgrading that and that as well. Either way, probably ought to try and distract the enemy. You move to a new position so that the wagon stands between you and the attacking Dracarim. This breaks up and slows down their assault. It also draws them away from the place where Leandra and her father escaped into the trees. While you're luring the Dracarim away, you notice a lantern hanging from the wagon. The campfire is still burning, and a bold plan of action springs to mind, and you act upon it without hesitation. You pick up the lantern, and with all your strength, hurl it into the campfire. With a sudden searing flash of heat and flame, the oil ignites and the lantern explodes, spraying burning fluid over several of the attacking Dracarim. Some are badly burned, but it does not deter them from pressing home their attack on you. Okay. Let's fight. Given how many of you guys I've killed at this point. Yeah, don't know why they're so eager to try and fight me. Okay, that one's badly injured. That one's pretty badly injured. I'm going to hit him for 1 quick strike. And then I'm going to kill them both with my holy sword, which is probably massive overkill.
But hey, it's kind of cool. Massive overkill there, but screw it, it looked awesome. Won that fight without breaking a sweat. This is why it's always better to use your brain. Praise the sun. I'm assuming that's for killing multiple enemies in one swipe with the swanky sword. Ooh, more superior crossbow bolts. Might actually equip those because I've got a few now. So that's superior crossbow bolts as opposed to my standard crossbow bolts. I've only got 2 of those left anyway. I've only got 1 tainted bolt. Need to buy more. Having defeated the Dracarim, you pause for a few moments to scour the surrounding trees for signs of other enemies. The dark forest echoes with strange noises. Some are close, some are distant. You detect the noise of Dracarim and geeks moving through the trees, and you also hear the sound of loot wagons being hauled across snow-covered trails. In order to avoid running foul of them, you will need to find a high vantage point, where you can determine precisely where these enemy units are located. You are about to leave the encampment when another sound demands your attention. From out of the surrounding trees, the wolf pack emerges, led by the old male with a distinctive patch of white fur in the centre of his forehead. You stare into its amber eyes, and immediately it knows your intentions. With its snout, the pack leader indicates towards the distance. The wolf then moves calmly in this direction. As he goes, he turns and looks at you again. You smile at him and nod your head in acknowledgement. You are grateful for his help. I like the fact that the decision I'd made very early on, I mean that was about the first decision, wasn't it? You know, has come back to be useful. You know, that is very nice. Okay, I can kind of do with going back there. I could do with spending some money and doing some things. Okay, made it without incident, good. Yes, I want to talk to the merchant. Let's start by selling some stuff I don't need. Don't need that. Don't tend to use those potions. I think I can safely sell those. Hang on to those in case. I'm gonna bother putting it on my belt. Don't need the throwing knives. Don't need that pouch. Don't need the throwing knife scabbard. Don't need the spare crossbow. Okay then. What do I need? Because I want to upgrade my armor one more time. Hardened Bronin, and King's Leather. I don't even know if I can buy that stuff here. No King's Leather. There is some Bronin, but no hardened Bronin. How much of it was I needed? How much of it did I need was that? 3 Bronin, 5 hardened Bronin. Wow. Okay. Well, forget upgrading that for now, and let's upgrade our second blade, I think. Do that now. A few crowns, nothing too expensive. 1 iron, 2 leather, 1 pine. 1 iron. 2 pine. And was it 1 leather, 2 leather? I'll get a couple. It's not exactly expensive stuff. Two steel and 2 superior leather. So I'm going to do that. Okay, that's 2 level 3 weapons, which is very good. And I might as well repair my primary sword. Okay, grab the backpack again, because it could... Leather, superior leather, and finest leather. 1, 2, and 3. One of those. 2 of those. And 3 of those. That's a decent chunk of my money gone, but that's okay. All grain leather, finest leather, and king's leather. Okay. But I've now got a lot of backpack slots, which is good. So there's a few other supplies I can do with picking up while I'm here. Namely... I don't need any of that stuff. But I do need... a couple of crossbow bolts. And a few tainted bolts. Poisoned bolts are pretty good. And as many explosive bolts as I can afford. Which is not many. But that's okay. That I am happy with. Alright, let's move on to this tree. Interrupted en route. Oh well. That's okay, I figured that might happen if I went back for supplies. I'm okay with that. Yeah, because these guys aren't too dangerous. Especially not now that I've upgraded a few bits and bobs. Alright, look at that. That guy basically dead in one quick attack chain. He is dead now. Just got a colleague to deal with. Annoying. Okay, strike. That's you bleeding. Cast a quick healing spell. Stores that stuff. Take out his weapon. And go defensive. Turtle up. So he's going to take a bunch of bleed damage. Won't be able to do much, and I'm going to kill him. There we go. And restore my magic as well. So that was a really clean fight. No problems at all there, which is good. Iron, ash, and pine, yep. Crafting materials, I have all of those. Heading to this tree here. Getting interrupted again, god damn it. Oh well. I suppose the loot's potentially useful. Because I don't think you get XP for fights as such. Oh. Bollocks. That's a bit trickier. Q. Holy Sword, do your worst. Okay, did lots of good damage to the guy in the middle. Damn, I love this attack sequence. Oh, monkeys. Messed it up. Well, my own damn fault, I was slightly early on the, on the last piece of it. Come on. Okay, you're getting a crossbow bolt to the face, matey. Right, that's him down. You, I'm going to turtle up against. So I need to regen my endurance. Okay, endurance is a lot lower than I would like, but I can handle that. So yes, after 2 fights, we're now basically back at the point we were. But, you know, I'm not going to complain about the loot, so... Okay. On to the tree. I'm not going to bother meditating, because all I'm missing at the moment is stamina, which is okay. Because it does regen reasonably well. You join the wolf pack and run with them through the dense timberland. At length, you arrive at the base of a monumental oak that rises solidly above the pine tops. Its massive trunk ascends into the dark sky, providing the promise of a useful observation point. Using your exceptional agility, you climb with ease to the tall tree and look down on the forest below. Bathed in moonlight, several new geographical features of the sunken forest are revealed to you. You take note of these features before you descend the tree and return to the wolf pack gathered around its base. You thank the Wolfpack leader for his invaluable help, and with a slow blink of his amber eyes, he acknowledges your thanks. Then he lopes away into the forest, with his pack following closely in his wake. Okay, so we're going there. Ooh, we have a couple of options, do we? And we don't know which of them will do what. Okay. Check the old quest log. Old Hot Spring Mine. Which I'm assuming is down here. So let's go this way. There's a cache of stuff that can be useful. Yes. On the side of a large hillock covered by snowy pines, you discover a narrow cave-like entrance that has been recently excavated. It could be the beginning of a small mine tunnel, but the fresh excavations are enough to arouse your suspicions. Strewn around the cave entrance are bundles of human clothing and several discarded mining tools. Lives may be at stake here, but you prefer to adopt a cautious approach. Your suspicions that this could be a hasty hiding place dug by villagers seeking refuge from the enemy are tempered by what you see lying around the cave mouth. If indeed there are villagers hiding somewhere inside, why would they have discarded their clothing and tools at the entrance? Wary of ambush, you pick up a chunk of frosted rock and hurl it into the cave mouth, and moments later you hear the gruff sound of a Drakar voice and catch a glimpse of geeks moving inside. Hidden as the enemy trap is exposed. Patiently, you wait until all the enemy troops have left the cave and disappeared into the surrounding trees. They are convinced that whoever or whatever hurled the rock must be hiding close by, and they are determined to find them. They are correct in their assumption. You are hiding close by, but they fail to detect your location. Once they have passed you by, you are able to enter the cave mouth unseen. Beyond the narrow cave mouth, you discover a short passageway that leads to a small, rough-hewn chamber. It becomes clear to you that this is not a refuge for survivors from Rockstar. It's a trap the geeks have constructed to lure unwary villagers to their doom. Several sacks of loot are stacked in a heap on the bloodstained chamber floor, and beside these sacks you discover a large wooden chest with a black iron lock plate. Make your choice. Let's pick it. So I've got plenty of lockpicks. I tend not to lose more than, what, one at most? Got it. Okay. You lift the lid of the chest and take stock of its contents. The supplies you discover have been here for a long time, but they are well preserved and still fit for use. Ooh, some hardened Bronin. Excellent. Need some of that. Having satisfied yourself that you have overlooked nothing of value, you check your equipment before making a cautious exit from the cave. Outside, the coast is clear, and you press through the dense snowy undergrowth as quickly as you dare. We're heading back there, but we may as well go to there as well, see what's there. Yep. You arrive at the edge of a small clearing where 3 geeks are fighting over the spoils they have looted from Rockstar. One of the geeks is badly wounded and the other 2 are preying mercilessly upon its weakness. They punch and claw the injured geek as they attempt to rip the sacks of loot from its back. You study the geek's moves as the mission goes on. You remain crouched beside a tree at the edge of the clearing while observing these loathsome creatures. The wounded geek manages to roll away from its attackers and stagger to its feet. It's about to run in your direction when suddenly it glimpses you kneeling at the edge of the clearing. It screeches in fear and suddenly its heartless comrades have a new enemy to bully, if they dare. The geeks fix you with a murderous gaze, and even the wounded one looks at you with a hateful blazing in its eyes. It bares ragged teeth and growls, but it is too weak for combat and it shies away. The geek bullies draw their weapons and come rushing forwards. Now here's the thing, I don't like bullies. So, yeah, sucks to be you. Damn it. I'm going to this fight with me endurance. Alright then. I don't know how much I use that ability, it's got close to leveling up by now. Big strike on him. No, I know that won't kill him. Damn it. Because yes, I am planning to use the swanky sword again. Want to do at least a little bit of damage to him first. So let's poison him. And strike him. Good, and let's break out the swanky holy sword. Was it awesome. Even if I'm still convinced you couldn't draw that sword from that back sheet. Using that as a finishing move is ridiculously satisfying. Probably ought to eat some pie after this. Given that I'm now, a little bit injured, really low on stamina. Some half-decent loot, I suppose. A few bits and bobs to sell. A lot of endurance. Some Kai power. It'd be nice if there was a nice organise your inventory thing. Oh, let's eat some pie. It's probably overkill, but should max me back up. A pretty good chunk of it. Let's have a mushroom too. Right. You advance towards the victimized geek. It is too badly injured to stand up or attempt to defend itself, and it watches you approach, with terror in its eyes. Doesn't matter that the geek's about to die, you'll find out what it knows about it. Okay, so both of those seem to imply that I interrogate it, but one seems to be a bit more sort of... That implies you're going to be very, very unpleasant to it, that implies less unpleasant. So let's pick that. But looking at my timer, that's probably a reasonable point to end this video. So I will say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.